Hi guys, Jared from Yabba Dabba Q. Today I'm going to be showing you how to cook one of these wonderful Black Origin, this is an 8-9 marble score Wagyu ribeye that I've just come in for me. Absolutely amazing piece of meat. If you've never had Wagyu, this is your way to go. Get hold of the guys from Black Origin and get yourself some. So we'll crack in with it. I'll throw some gloves on to start with, just to keep it all nice and clean for everybody. We're going to cut this one down into steaks today. I'm going to show you how to reverse sear some. We'll do some direct sear on them, and we'll show you how to finish them off. Just with some nice butter and things like that to finish them off. So we'll crack into it. That marbling through there, guys, that is just superb. This fat will render down and give you some amazing flavour. So we'll cut a couple of steaks off them. We'll probably cut them. We want a steak. We want a nice thick steak. So we'll look around there. Probably around the 3 centimetre mark. When we're running at steak comps, that's what our steaks are normally cut out of, 3 centimetre. So let's have a look at that. That is just absolutely divine. So with these, because of the flavour, there's going to be so much in these with that fat in it, with that amazing looking fat in it. I'm not going to go too heavy with the rub. I'm going to keep it quite basic today. I will look at a binder, just some nice mustard, just as a nice binder before I put the rub on. With me, I like to keep local. So I'm using this 362 Grill House mustard made here in the Waikato. Just being like to support local. I'm going to use a basic Texas barbecue rub. This guy's based in Auckland, does really well in the comp circuit at the moment. It's another great New Zealander. And I'm going to finish it off with my little secret that I love putting on. I just like to sprinkle a bit of coffee over it. So if you've got a bit of coffee, I'll show you how. We just put a little bit over the top of it after your rubs are onto it. Once again, another New Zealand brand, Deadly Some Coffee out of Auckland. Love their coffee, love drinking it even. So that's just my preference, but if you've got some coffee at home, go for it. Even if you just want to put a basic salt, pepper and garlic yourself, make your own up, just do it. So we'll crack on with that. So we'll open this up. We don't want too much on there, just enough just to hold the rub on there. Just gonna rub that on there. Nice, get that nice yellow colour all over it. Water a little bit. Like that. We'll flip it over and just do the other side. Same again. Okay, a little bit of that over it. It's just solid meat. It's just absolutely beautiful. Okay. Towel. Always have yourself a good supply of paper towel lying around. Wiping your hands, keeping things clean. Always good. Just rip this open. Get it open. Cut this one open. Okay, we'll just give that a cut open. Right, so this is just very, very basic salt, pepper, garlic. So I'm just going to give it a good sprinkle over. I don't want to go too heavy because I really want to concentrate on getting that meat flavour from that Wagyu. That flavour from that fat rendering down is just going to be absolutely amazing. So we don't want too much in there. We just want a bit of a coat on that. Just give it a quick pat down like that. That'll soak in. And let's put a coffee onto it. With the coffee, just like to have it through a little strainer. It just helps get it over a bit more even. So we just don't want too much. It's just going to help with a bit of an earthy flavour through your meat, which I love it. You know, even on my briskets and things like that. Just wonderful. You can buy some of the rubs now that'll already have coffee in them. It just adds a next layer of flavour. So I'm going to flip these over and do the same on the other side. And then I'm just going to let them sit for a while for that rub all to soak in, and get that flavour really going through it. And then we'll get them onto the grill after that. So I'll just finish this off. Oops, much there. down. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. And coffee to finish it off. Just give that a go. So this is just an espresso grind I think I've got on this one. So just a nice fine grind, don't want too much, don't use instant coffee. Make sure it's a good quality coffee for your flavour. So we're going to leave them now, let them sit for 10 minutes or so, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look at cooking them. Cheers, buzz. Right guys, so we're going to have a look now. We'll get one of these cooked up on a direct heat. So I've got my GA here. I've got the grill grates on it. So just got an Inkbird thermometer. These are laser thermometers, if you want ink. We're sitting around the 600, anywhere between sort of 600 and 650 on top of the grill grates. That's Fahrenheit, sorry by the way, so around about the 300 Celsius. So we're going to put one of these on. I've given it a bit of a spray with a bit of duck fat on top. It just helps the steak stop sticking, sorry. So I'm going to pop this one down, and I've got some guys here that are going to stick a timer on for me. So we're going to put it on, we're going to give it 2 minutes on this side, then we're going to pick it up, we're going to rotate it, put it another 2 minutes, and we're going to flip it over. So if the guys are ready to get this going, we'll put him on, we'll get a nice sear on it. Yeah, make sure it sits on nicely. There's there, the timer's on. Just got this here, just going to rub that over. Just put a steak weight on there just to help those lines come up a lot nicer. Just put some butter on the end there. I'm using the Westgold butter, once again, New Zealand brand. But yeah, any butter or just some salted butter, I'm just melting that. When we flip it over, we'll give it a bit of a basting with some butter. Basting with some butter over that. Nice shine up on that meat. Don't need too much of this with this Wagyu. Flip them over, I'm going to go another 45 seconds. There's the timer going again, guys. Lovely. Give that a scrub again. Making my eyes. There we go. There's the last 45 seconds and then we'll give it a look. Temperature it's sitting. Feeling that probe going through, it's just so tender, you can feel it. It's so soft. We'll move this one over to rest it. Seconds. Beautiful. Right, there we go. We'll shift this over to our other barbecue here. I've just got it sitting ready. Up in there, just get some heat. We'll close that down again and we'll come back to that when it's ready. Alright, so let's check this now. We've put it across to the PK. It's just been sitting with some indirect heat now. So, good thermometer onto it. Just going to probe it in a couple of places. So we're sitting about 130 Fahrenheit. So roughly around that 60 degree mark Celsius if you're looking at Celsius. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to take that off onto a tray and just going to rest it for 10 minutes with a bit of foil over it. You've got to make sure you always rest your steaks when they come off. Just helps them relax down and get all that flavour come through and the tenderness. Okay, now that one's resting, we're going to have a look at these Next two, we're going to do these with a reverse sear. So unlike the last one we just did, where we seared it hot first, then finished it off on the side, this one here, we're going to do the opposite way. But I'm going to add a bit of smoke to these ones. So I'm going to add in some, this is a black walnut. Just smells absolutely amazing. Most wood you can get from barbecue stores, anywhere really. So I'm going to use a little bit of black walnut, and one of my absolute favourites, cherry wood. I absolutely love cherry with beef. So I've already got my charcoal in there heating up. I'm going to sit them on top of the grate, not in the fire, because I just want them to smoulder away quite nicely as it catches. They're going to draw the smoke up over here. I'm going to have the steak sitting on this top rack here, so they're going to get a nice heat. So I'm just going to move these over to here. Sit there nicely, and then we'll close it down, let that smoke away. We'll come back and check that. I'm looking probably an hour for them to come up to temperature, and then once that's done, we'll swap them over, put the grill grates into there, and we'll sear them off like we did the one before. To get that nice marks on it. So we'll leave it there, and we'll come back to that when that one's ready. Okay, here we are, we're back. We've had this one resting for probably 10 minutes maybe. So we're just gonna cut through this and have a taste and see what it looks like. So here goes. I feel it just gliding through there. Look at that flavour. It's amazing. The colour, a lot of that fat's all rendered down now. Still quite medium rare. Really nice. So there's our first one. Cool. Okay, so these have been on for maybe about an hour now, I think. I'm just going to give them a check. I've swapped over during this time, put the grill grates on here just to warm them up. So we're just going to check the internals of these. So you were sitting around 130, so that's 60k, 60 Celsius. This one here is a little bit under, a little thicker. This one here is definitely ready, so we're going to take this one off and rest it. The smaller of the two. So let's take that over, put that in the tray. So again, just going to flip it around, and we'll shut that back down again, let those grill grates heat up, and wait for that other one. So we'll just let them sit. So once again, this is this reverse searing, so we've got no grill marks at the moment. It's just come up to a nice internal temperature. We'll rest it out, and we'll finish it off like we did before and get those marks on it. So we'll come back when we're ready to do that. We're back, so these have been resting for 10 minutes, roughly. The other one I've taken off now in that time. So I'm just going to reverse sear these off now, just to finish them off like we did before. So same sort of thing. Go straight over, down, put my top of it, and I'm just going to go 130 on these ones, just to that smell. It's already rested, so I'm not too worried about resting this again. So we're just going to go for it. We're going to cut straight through into this one.
See it, I see it. Really looking good.
One more.
Medium rare.
One more medium on there. Colour through there.
Red colour.
Lovely. Okay, so we're going to slice this up now and
eat it.
Have a try. We'll come back after that.
Marks.